because they didn't put a turbo on that I paid for, and it blew the whole engine, is what they're saying.
It's not the same owners. It's not the same people working there. I mean, I feel bad for you. I really do. Where's the old engine in?
I never seen anything with the old engine.
By law, they should have, Your Honor, the engine and show it to the
Right.
customer.
Taking your car to a mechanic should be one of the most straightforward deals a person can make. In Woodhaven, Michigan, Judge Michael McNally is hearing a case involving a woman who paid thousands of dollars for a full engine replacement, left thinking the work was finished, and later realized the people who took her money had disappeared, and the shop itself was now under different ownership. Now she is in court trying to hold someone accountable, and the only thing standing between her and walking out with nothing is the question of successor liability.
I got some questions for you. You brought me this guarantee. This is over the lease. Was there not a business agreement where you purchased assets?
Yeah, I have the purchase agreement here.
Well, why didn't you give me that? That's what I wanted. Can you hand that to my court officer?
That's the purchase agreement that we did. That's the whole front.
No, this is the personal guarantee. This is the only agreement you guys entered into?
Yeah, that's when we did it at the lawyer's office on Ford Road, and that's the papers that we did. And that states the other owners' names and
That you're gonna pay the lease. Who owns the assets now?
the owner of the building, their names is Ali Saad and
Do you know this owner, whoever owned the Greg's Auto Clinic when you bought it?
it says it on the paper, on the second page. Greg's Auto Clinic, that's what
Right.
they own. Yeah, on the second page at the top, it says Hussein Hamadi and some other name. Allah,
Hussein Hamadi and Allah Talib, right?
yes,
Do you know those guys?
I don't.
Did you know them before you purchased this?
I had no clue about it. Nothing.
How did you get in contact with them to purchase this?
My partner knew that they wanted to sell the business, and so we talked to them. Then we found out the building is not theirs. So we went to the owners of the building, we talked to them, and then we did the agreement. And I took over and I changed the name to Greg's Auto Services LLC. They had it as Greg's Auto Clinic at that time.
So everything, the agreement that you entered into, you have no other agreement other than this.
That's the only thing I had.
So who did you contract with the tenants of Greg's Auto Clinic?
Yeah, Twins. They're called Twins Auto Sales. They have a lot of dealerships. So that's the people that I purchased the business from. That's who I'm renting as of today from them. Twins Autos. Ali and Abdullah Saad. The other people, Your Honor, they were renting also from Ali and Abdullah Saad, the twins.
And now you're renting direct from the twins.
Yes.
And this is the only agreement you have.
So
That's why I was confused when I said they took it to a sister shop in Redford, which Twins Auto does have a dealership in Redford, but this other dealership is
Okay,
not.
let's talk about what kind of car repairs that you had to have done.
I had a whole engine put in, and
When was that again? Because I don't want you to think I remember much.
no, I know you have a lot of cases. I put the deposit down for my engine on October 7th of 2024, because then I had to pay.
October 7th of
The
24?
whole engine was 55.89.
Wait a minute. You put a deposit for the engine on October 7th of 24?
Right, and then I didn't get it back until
Wait a minute, slow down. And then how much was that for again? 55?
55.89.
And that was with the predecessors to this gentleman and his company, right?
I assumed it was the same guy working with him. Like I said, I've never dealt with the same mechanic more than once, ever, throughout this whole process, through any shop.
Okay, so I'm gonna need to take my time on this. I'm sorry. Let's start completely over. I apologize. I didn't write, so you gave him 55.89
Was the cost of the whole engine.
on October 7th of 24.
Correct.
Had the work been performed as of then?
No. They took it out to the other shop in Bradford, and
on their receipt, it says completed on
All right, I just want to know,
yeah.
What other shop? Was this Greg's auto clinic?
Yes. And then they took.
And
it
who
out.
was the principal of Greg's auto clinic again? Can somebody tell me?
She could,
What do you mean?
who was the
Well, that was the predecessor.
Someone named Sam. All he told me was his name was Sam.
Do you know who that was?
I think that's the guy from previous, Hussein Hamadi.
Okay.
Stand that over here.
All right, slow down. I know, but let's just not start. I'm trying to follow this whole thing here. So you gave them money. Was the work completed or not performed when you?
No, they took it out.
Wait, you gotta let me finish. On October 7, 24, you wrote them a check for $55.89, correct?
No, I gave them $3,000. I didn't pay the balance till I picked up the car.
When did you give them $3,000?
October 7th, 2024.
All right, but you still were gonna owe a balance of $25.89, right?
Pick up my car, correct?
All right. And that you think, or so you think at least, that was when Hussein Hamadi and Ayla Talib were running Greg's Auto Clinic, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hang on. Just let me get my bearings here. All right. So you drop it off on October 7th of 24.
Correct.
You pay them $3,000 and agreed to pay $55.89.
Correct.
Then what happened? The
Uh,
vehicle was taken where?
to Fast Lane Auto on 8 Mile Road in Redford.
On 8 Mile in Redford. And that's where the work was performed?
Correct.
And do you know if Hamadi and Talib owned that?
That I don't know. That I don't know. The same person I dealt with that took my car there is no longer there. And now there's been supposedly 3 new owners since then at that shop as well.
Do you know for a fact that you gave it to Hussein Hamadi?
The person I talked to told me his name is Sam. That's the first time I'm hearing.
And you
it.
think that's who?
Hussein Hamad, that's saying it.
All right, so the work's performed out at Fast Lane Auto on 8 Mile in Redford. And when do you pick up the car?
On the receipt, it says she picked it up on 10/7. Can I?
Yeah, I don't.
It says, proposed completion date 8/13/2024. Work completed 8/13/2024. On their work order, Greg's Auto Clinic.
It was completed?
But this is just the
It says
241.
completed.
That's just for them to show me all the codes.
Wait a minute,
I paid $241 just for them to.
wait a minute, wait a minute. You confusing.
Whole thing's confusing. I could sit down and explain it for.
Well, here's the problem. There's got to be successor liability, and I don't see where there is. I mean, I feel bad for you. I'm just trying to figure this out. But I don't think this company is responsible because they entered into an agreement to lease from the owner of the building, the same equipment. And I have to have here as far as let me ask you a couple questions. Let me just ask you a couple questions.
Can I say something?
No.
Yes, sir.
Do any of the owners that are there at Greg's Auto Service, were any of those working with Greg's Auto Clinic?
The owners of the building, they have over 100 shops. They own a lot of buildings. They run them out to mechanic. Bless you. So they run them out. So these guys that did,
Did you bring your own tools over there?
of course. So
So the tools you didn't purchase from anybody. I mean, you brought them there. You weren't purchasing the tools
I have,
from Greg's Auto Clinic or the owner.
no, I have my own tools and I have all the receipts from Snap-on and Matco. So
All right.
this has nothing to do with them. They took everything, whatever they had, and they left. They said they're moving down to their new location. And then their sister-in-law at the time, she knows her. Her name is Brittany Coquel. She was still working for them, and they didn't even tell her that they're done from.
All right. Let's talk about the issue of the engine. What's wrong with the engine?
Nothing now. My car runs like a champ now.
How much did you pay to have it? Tell me what happened when you picked it up from Fast Lane.
And actually, that's what I was just thumbing through and wanted to point out here. The paperwork, and that's what threw me off. They're trying to make it sound like they put 2 engines into my car. And because the first shop didn't replace the turbo, it blew this engine. So now Fastlane gave me a receipt January 27th of 2025 for the second engine that I bought, or that they were putting in with no, there was no proof of the first engine, which I know they didn't install at all. They take it out to the shop that they said was their sister shop, which it isn't, because now I'm finding out about twins. And I've seen employees go
When you
back.
got the car back,
I do have my car back.
you know, but when did you get your car back?
The second engine they're saying they put in, I have the invoice date for January 27th of 2025. I want to say I didn't get it back until like the end of March.
All right, so when you got the car back the first time, right? You
Mhm.
picked it up at Fastlane.
Yes.
What was wrong? Right?
Yes. Yes.
What was wrong with the engine?
I made it from Fastlane on the freeway to, I think it was 275 and Sibley exit, and the tow truck had to come and get me. The whole entire engine just died because they didn't put a turbo on that I paid for, and it blew the whole engine, is what they're saying. So then now they're getting a legit receipt for the engine, which I kept asking for the first time. Second time around, I have a legit engine receipt with everything. I think that.
Slow down. Do you know where these guys are now? Greg's Auto Service.
I'm Greg's Auto.
Well, I'm sorry, Greg's
Auto Clinic.
Auto Clinic.
All I know was they went to Fastlane. That's where their other locations. And that's what I
But then when
told
I
you.
call Fastlane, and I even have a recording of this, they say that they sold that shop back to them and they're back at Greg's.
Ma'am, here's the problem. If I were you, I'd talk to a lawyer and have the lawyer assist you in trying to locate the predecessor owners. These guys, I cannot in good conscience, there's nothing here that tells me, wait, let me finish. Why does everybody interrupt me, John? I don't understand. I can't in good conscience enter a judgment against these guys. There's no evidence they purchased assets. It's not the same owners. It's not the same people working there. I mean, I feel bad for you. I really do. But I have to follow the law and I don't see it. And if I was you and you want to pursue this, I'd speak to a lawyer and I would have the lawyer help you, at least give you some ideas as to
I did.
where you might turn.
I figured at the very least, Your Honor, I'd probably walk away with the name, which is probably just gonna be another ghost chase. Unfortunately, I feel like you said it's just gonna be a really hard lesson learned the expensive way.
It's terrible.
I gave you the names of the owners that took your money, and I already feel bad.
No, I know you
for
do,
what-
and I know you did try to call.
And I brought-
No, this is-
The day I left, I found out my aunt died.
This is an honest,
So you're
2
wrong.
days later, so that's why you didn't hear back from me.
Not a problem.
this is an honest guy here.
I
Yeah.
even looked at her car and checked it out for her and added antifreeze, and I'm the one that told her they did not replace the engine. Because if they did replace her engine, it would have had either written marks on it
Listen,
from the.
where's the old engine at? Where's the
That's
old
what I
engine at?
told- I'm the one that told her to go up to court.
Where's the old engine at?
I never seen anything with the old engine.
By law, they should have your honor the engine and show it to the
Right.
customer. You take people to court and all that in Greg's Auto Shop and do not take your car there because they changed one word, either Greg's Auto Clinic to Greg's Auto Shop.
That is what they did.
Well, but
But you're writing it on my website, it's not me. Sweetheart, I know already you're in pain and whatever these scumbags did to you, it's not right. But you're affecting my business. And I told you, anything you need, I'll help you out. I did an oil change. I did the sparkless cleaning for you.
How
And
is
wait a minute, wait, please, please,
Change.
please, 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 please,
And I replaced it.
please, everybody.
Yes, sir.
I made my ruling. I don't know what to tell you. You guys are gonna have to figure it out. There's no way I'm finding him responsible. I'm no cause of action. And you guys can go down the hall and get that. I would consult with the lawyer and have them try to,
Yeah, well, any paperwork that can be done.
yeah, they'll,
Speaks on it, or
Jennifer, give her the personal guarantee that's on there, please.
just the name.
Well, she's gonna give the personal guarantee and she's gonna give you a copy of the judgment, okay?
I appreciate it.
Judge,
a
are you
good day.
sending the copy down? Because we did not put that in M file.
John's bringing it down now.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good luck to you, Devin.
Yeah, Your Honor.
You too.
Saw your appearance on TMZ, by the way.
How do I?
Judge McNally made it clear that he felt bad for her, but feeling bad and finding legal liability are two very different things in a courtroom. The people who took her money were gone, the shop had changed hands, and the law on successor liability left him with nowhere else to go. That meant she left with a personal guarantee, a copy of the judgment, and the names of the people who had actually done this to her. If you have ever had an auto shop take your money and disappear, drop it in the comments, because something tells us she is not the only one. And if you enjoyed watching this one, subscribe and leave a like.